There's no doubt about it. Thanks, Rory. I'll tell you what, they're ready to default and ready to get another bailout. From you, cash-strapped Greece, getting another downgrade from a major credit agency today. What's with the pillow fight? This after the IMF giving Greece a $156 billion bailout. Now get this. The country is looking for a second handout. America on the hook for $67 billion a year to the IMF. My next guest saying not another dime. Congresswoman Cathy McMorris Rodgers of Washington State has a bill to cut off funds to the IMF. Congresswoman, welcome to the show. You know, to me, it's a matter of all we see are riots. We don't see acceptance of austerity measures, whether it's in Greece, Portugal, Spain. And to me, that's the biggest issue. Look, if bailout money is going to go that way, you're going to have to change the way you live, and I just don't see that happening.
So true. It's like the spoiled child that just keeps going to the uncle and getting more money. And, you know, these countries that have been borrowing, they've been spending way beyond their means. And the solution isn't just to continue to dig when you have accumulated this kind of debt. And America, 2 years ago, the Democratic Congress and the administration authorized an additional line of credit to the IMF. So U.S. taxpayer dollars through the IMF are continuing to be used to fund these bailouts, and it's just one after another, unfortunately.
Now, this is a sticky situation here because it is a global economy, and certainly even though our banks may not have a great exposure, they would be impacted if European banks suffered because of a default by Greece or even worse by Spain or Italy. And also just the sheer fact that the Eurozone would have their own issues, and that would impact us as well. So all those things have to be considered, don't they?
Well, definitely. And the European Union needs to be having an honest conversation about the situation in these countries. You take Greece, for example. They have never, in the last 10 years, met the criteria even to join the European Union. The criteria is that your debt to GDP ratio is not to be more than 60%, and your deficit to GDP ratio not more than 3%. They haven't met their criteria even to join the European Union. So they need to be taking their steps in their own country before America, who has the worst economy in 30 years. We're borrowing 40 cents on every dollar that we're spending right now. We're borrowing from China then so we can go bail out these countries. And we have our own $14 trillion debt we're trying to deal with. All around the world, countries have been living way beyond their means, including America. And it has to come to an end. We cannot continue it.
I've got about 20 seconds, Representative McMorris Rodgers. What can be done at this point other than passing legislation to end funding to the IMF? Is there anything we can say to say, look, we'll give you some money, but you're going to have to use it in a certain manner?
Yes, we've done a couple of things. One is that until the European Union countries need to meet this criteria before American taxpayer dollars would be used to fund that. We also, yes, have introduced the legislation to pull this line of credit. The administration could put an end to America's involvement until these European Union countries step up and start even meeting their own criteria.
Congresswoman McMorris Rodgers, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Jeter hit the ball.